Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Greg, and we're about to do a video here. Man, I tried to call a couple of my friends to talk about it, but everybody's asleep right now. So, you know what? I'm gonna rant on this video right now, man. I saw something that was unbelievable today, uh, you know, in baseball, and I have to speak on it because it's kind of crazy. It's something that I'll consider myself a pretty big baseball fan. I'm a big sports fan, regardless. I'm heavy into sports and everything. You know, I'm not saying baseball my favorite sport, but it's a sport that I do love a lot. You know, it's hard to watch everything when football season gets together and with baseball and college football and everything and Premier League soccer. So there's a lot of stuff going on right now. So when all that stuff kind of gets convoluted together, you got to kind of pick and choose your spots or whatever. But I still love baseball. I consider myself a big fan, and I never have seen something like I saw today. So I'm watching the Yankee game, right? Okay, so here's the situation: the Yankees got the bases loaded, 2-0, right? The pitcher, his name is Framber Valdez. He's a lefty for the Astros. He's actually having a pretty good year. He's about to be a free agent, so I'm sure he's going to get paid by somebody. But he's got the bases loaded. His catcher, right? His catcher notices something wrong with either the pitch he's throwing or something that he's doing on the mound, and he tells him to step off. The catcher pretty much, I mean, the pitcher Valdez. The catcher's name is Cesar. What's his name? Salazar. Cesar Salazar, and the pitcher's name is Framber Valdez. The pitcher, uh, something wrong with the way he's like pitching or whatever. So the catcher Salazar tells him to step off. And instead of stepping off, he's pitching to Trent Grisham for the Yankees. The bases are loaded, and instead of stepping off, he basically throws a pitch like a 96-mile-per-hour fastball, and Trent Grisham sends that to the left field seats. Bases loaded, grand slam or whatever. So 6-0, right? Okay. And Trent Grisham is, doing his thing around the bases. So obviously Valdez is upset. Everybody's upset for the Astros, but Valdez is really upset. He just gave up a grand slam. So what does this guy do, right? This man signals to his pitcher that he's going to throw a curveball, and he throws a fastball right into this guy's chest to basically out of frustration or whatever. But honestly, there's absolutely no excuse for this at all. This is one of the most dirtbaggish moves I've ever seen in my life. And how that catcher did not rush that mound to slap the crap out this guy, I'll never know, dude. Like, I'm not even a type of person I think that, violence is something that you should be doing or revenge is something that you should be doing, whatever. But this is a safety issue at this point. This is a trust issue at this point. You violated a sacred trust where you basically, and the reason why I know this guy did it on purpose is because he showed absolutely no emotion when he threw this ball at this guy. He threw a ball, he didn't even look at him, didn't even see, wasn't even concerned what was going on, basically just turned his back and just acted like, nothing happened or he dropped the ball or something and nothing was going on. So he knew exactly what he was doing. And the fact that he did that, like I said, I don't know how that catcher didn't rush the mound and knock his ass out, man. I really, really, really am really hot over this because there is no excuse for that, man. That is an absolute betrayal of your teammate. Like you're a teammate, and the way he did that, man, was awful. And man, I tell you right now, dude, if that was me, or I'm sure if that was a lot of people, after the game, there'd be a big, big blowout. And I think the manager saw what was probably about to happen. So what he did, which I don't respect him for, but what he did is he got both of them in a room, or he basically made sure that they weren't gonna like be alone with each other in the dugout. And he basically, I guess, basically told them what the rules were as far as what needed to happen or whatever. And the only reason why I think he did that is because Valdez is a star pitcher and Salazar is basically a backup catcher. And I'm sorry, it don't matter, dude. Maybe he's a backup catcher. You don't disrespect. You don't disrespect. You don't try to hurt your own teammate like that because you're frustrated or whatever. No, that's not right. and the guy should have knocked his ass out, took whatever was coming. Like, and honestly, the fact that the manager got involved, the fact that the manager got involved. I mean, if I was him, I'd be like, dude, I don't care if you cut me, I don't care if you send me down, I'm not catching this dude ever again, ever again. He ain't gonna get a second chance to do that again to me. And if the manager couldn't understand that, manager want to try to act like everything is all good and he's just supposed to forgive this guy, man. I'm sorry, dude. Like you can't, and what's worse is that he got them in a room, and this guy tried to say that he did not really try to do that. So you're gonna, on top of everything, you're gonna lie. You won't even admit what you tried to do. Won't even say you're sorry. You're just gonna be like, "Oh, I didn't mean to do it." You're a liar, dude. He's a liar. He's a scumbag. I can never root for this guy ever again. He's a, it's just a, he's just a somebody I just wouldn't want to be around, dude. And I would never talk to this dude again, and I would never catch him again. I'd be like, dude, I'm telling you right now, do what you got to do. I'm not catching this guy ever again. I can't trust this guy. I throw up a sign, he's gonna throw some different pitch at me or whatever. I cannot trust this guy ever again. And because he lied to me, he lied to my face. We didn't get a chance to hash it out because the manager wanted to get involved in it. I'm sorry, dude, there's something wrong. You give the guy 30 seconds to a minute and you let him get whatever frustration he has to get out in the locker room on the guy, and then you break it up, and then it's over. And then you say, okay, you got what you need to get out. It's over now. So don't do it no more. And that's it. But he wouldn't even give him a chance to do that. He deserved whatever butt whooping was coming to him, and the manager tried to get involved and police the situation. The man just threw a 93-mile-per-hour fastball at this guy that he was not expecting and hit him right dead in the chest. You cannot expect this guy to just basically just not like get some sort of at least have a talk with this guy man to man about what he did. There's no way that you have to let that go. If anything, the Astros should have been proactive and said we're not going to tolerate that and suspended him for the rest of the year. But they're not going to do that because they're fighting for the playoffs, and he's probably their best, if not, no, he's not their best pitcher, but he's one of their better pitchers, all star and all that other stuff, whatever. So they're not going to do that. But they should be doing that because you cannot tolerate somebody doing something like that's the lowest scum of the earth type stuff that he did. And I'm just so mad. And I wish I could talk to one of my friends about it, but everybody's sleeping right now. And I'm just frustrated, man. And he needs something. I'm sorry. He needs something. He needs to know that that was not right. You can't do that to a teammate. To a teammate, you don't do that to a teammate. That's absolutely wrong. And I hope the teams are seeing this type of person he is. And when he's a free agent, I hope they lowball him because you cannot sign a player that's going to do something like that because that could absolutely wreck the locker room. I'm telling you right now, the Astros are done. How could you have a guy in a locker room? You cannot trust a guy like that. I would never want to catch that guy and he do something like that. How am I supposed to know that he's not going to do that again? And the Astros are being so hands off on the guy. Not gonna suspend him. Not even gonna act like what he did was whatever, and let the player handle it, whatever. So that's what you do. Guy pitches, has a good year, and he could just do whatever he wants to any type of teammate. He's allowed to hurt a teammate, throw a fastball at the guy when the guy's not ready for it. Unbelievable, unbelievable. This should. I wish baseball was more popular. This should be the top story. This cannot be allowed. And I hope the teams, at the very least in free agency, let them know that yo, we do not want you on this team. They they blackballed Trevor Bauer for something that he never did with these girls or whatever, accusing him of rape. They better do something with this guy, or I'm never gonna respect baseball again. You're gonna sign a guy and you're gonna reward this guy with $1 million contract when this man is throwing balls at his teammate like that. And you're gonna sign him to a 2, 3, 4, 5 year deal, man. I would not want to touch a guy like that. That's low character. That's bad, man. I've never seen. I've been watching baseball since 1991, and I've never seen something like that in my life. That's unbelievable. And I see why he's able to get away with it because like these guys are just acting like it's not a big deal. They're acting like that's not a big deal. How's the manager going to get involved? Man, please. And then because I see the catcher in the post game and he's acting like, oh yeah, he didn't do it on purpose. So they basically told him, man, I don't care how you feel, just let them know that they didn't do it on purpose. Man, please. Man, the manager got to be a little bit more realistic than that, man. I'm sorry. Got to be a little bit more realistic than that. That's unacceptable behavior. I'm sorry. Anyway, I just had to get that off my chest. I know a lot of people saw it, but that is really, really got my goat, man. That's bad. That's one of the worst plays I've ever seen in sports, man. That's unbelievable, and he needs to like not be playing no more. But he's talented. He's a good player, and he's going to be playing. And maybe if anybody gets punished, it's going to be that catcher whose only crime was to tell the guy, "Oh, you're uh, you're not. Something's wrong with the whole pitching thing. You need to step off." And the pitcher didn't listen to him. He should have listened to him and gave up a grand slam. And he takes it out on the catcher. Man, it is worth getting sent down. It is worth getting cut. It's worth it. What he did was absolutely unacceptable, dude. And I hope to God that they don't ask that guy to catch that guy for the rest of the year. Because I tell you right now, if it was me, I wouldn't do it. And they would have set me down. And I'd have just have to deal with whatever money I lost. I'm sorry, that's just wrong. It's wrong, and the manager is a joke as far as I'm concerned. I'll never respect this manager ever again for what he did because he should have gave him 30 seconds with the guy to just hash it out with him, and whatever happens, happens. And he wouldn't even give him a chance. He made sure as soon as that boy got in that locker room, he got him and made sure that nothing was going on. And I'm sorry, that's wrong. Sometimes players got to handle some stuff when something like that goes on. You allowed that guy to do that, and you didn't punish him. You didn't say anything, so he has to handle it. And you wouldn't even let him do that. You wouldn't even give him the dignity to handle that the way it needed to be handled. I'm not saying nobody needs to go to the, get killed or not like that, but it needed to be addressed. And the fact that he even give him a chance to even address it with that guy is wrong. So I got no respect for the Astros now, and I got no respect for that manager, and I definitely ain't got no respect for Valdez. And I hate that to see that Salazar is in a spot where the organization is basically, emasculating him and making him say something that he don't want to say, that he knows is not true. Because we all saw it and we all saw what happened. Anyway, I'm pretty much done. Thanks for listening. Appreciate y'all.